As women, we desire to enter loving and healthy relationships. How does one encounter where you suffer abuse at the hands of an individual that professed their love for you?
I felt like I was trapped, and I really wanted to make my marriage work because I didn't want to be a failure, because this was my second marriage and I didn't want to make it a failure like my first one. So it's like I loved him and I felt like I was stuck the whole time. I felt like I was stuck.
That stuck feeling can make you feel suffocated.
Yes.
And when one feels like they're suffocating, you'll do anything to gasp for air, even if that means continuing to stay, right? So at the time, why do you feel like suicide was your only option?
At that time, I felt like if I left the earth, maybe it'd be a better place for my children. They constantly saw their mother being abused, not treated right, not loved. So I felt like, if maybe I would, eliminate myself from the situation, he would leave and they would be better off.
I want to tell you, I am so happy that you did not add to the 139 successful suicides every day. And that's coming from somebody who attempted the same. So as much as it may have felt in that moment that the world would have been better off,
right?
It's actually better off because you're here. And I'm grateful for that.
Thank you.
You informed your staff that your children told you that your actions at the time was also impacting them. What does a mother think in the moment of hearing that from their children?
I wasn't aware that because of the things that he was doing to me, that I was deflecting it on my kids. I was angry with them all the time. I was just mean. I wasn't myself. And it took for my 17-year-old son to tell me that. Like, Mom, what are you doing? Like, we didn't do anything to you. It's not us. Stop projecting your hurt and pain onto us, because we're not the ones doing it to you. We're here loving you. We're here supporting you. We're here to be with you. And it's not us. It's him.
While in prayer during this time, you stated that God released you. What did God actually release you from?
He released me from feeling like I was obligated to stay in a marriage, because I went through a situation with my ex-husband where I found out he committed adultery, and I was ready to leave him then. But the Holy Spirit told me that if I left him then, that I would be held accountable for the marriage. I didn't understand what that meant. And then a year later, his mom passed away from pancreatic cancer. So that was, the Holy Spirit telling me, okay, now it's time for you to be released. And I was contemplating suicide again. And I'm like, okay, Holy Spirit, not released. That's not what I need to hear.
Yeah.
So I didn't understand it then, but now I do.
When did all of this pain become your superpower?
It became my superpower on January 1st of 2023. It was just like my ex-husband now, he told me December of 2022 that he wanted to be separated for the third time and he wanted a divorce this time. And it was just like light bulb came on. It was like, it's time to put you first. It's done.
God's timing is so divine. In the moment where you wanted to walk away, he said, not right now.
Right.
But in the moment where it wasn't on you, he said, okay, daughter, I got something for you. And the one thing I didn't hear you say when he fully released you is you chose life at that moment. And now you're here today.
Yes.
And I want you to know that you are a superwoman. What does that mean to hear that after everything, that today you sit next to me as a superwoman?
My divine purpose that God has put me here for and to do is to be that woman that he ordained me to be from birth. And it's something that I really feel like God is not done with me yet. And that's why my suicide attempts were not successful. So me being a superwoman today and being that person that my children need me to be, and they see me
Yeah.
I'm being seen now. And it wasn't being seen at first.
Well, guess what? Now the world actually gets to see you. And because you kept going, there's going to be more women that's in your shoes, me included, that just gained so much strength and power from you just sharing your story. So thank you for being a superwoman. Because a superwoman, sweetheart, is definitely you.
Thank you.
Come here, girl. You ain't going to have me crying today. Our story is too much the same.